Kaboom! Teach them! Always make sure the message I reach them.
What we do here is go back.
You know, it's teach them the #1 intellectual blogging panel on the YouTube channel.
Good night, everyone. Let me know if you're seeing me clearly. Let me know if you are hearing me clearly. If you're seeing and hearing me clearly, welcome to another episode of Extra Class, episode number 190. I trust that everybody is okay. I trust that some persons will still be up for listen to teach about some things we affect Jam Down, Jam Rap, Jamaica Land We Love, Land of Food and Water, Bob Marley, Usain Bolt, Vice Cartel, Shelly and Fraser Price, Peter Bunting and Peter Phillips. You understand what I say? Natalie, Nita, Edley and Angela Brownberg and some more people. Peeps, big up on yourself. We're late, but we're there. You understand what I say? I did tired there, man, so I'm going to sleep. I remember I stream Friday night, I stream last night. And I did frost. You see what I say? But me there now, big up on yourself, peeps. When I OD the thing tonight, when we say night come down already and them something there, and we have the plantation a morning. So we get ourselves together quick and fast. Peeps, good night. Manners and respect.
Kaboom! Teach them! Always make sure the message I reach them. You know, it's teach them the #1 intellectual blogging panel on the YouTube channel. Hey, yo, hello. Like, subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification button. Hey, yo, we always up to something. Teach them. Hey, yo, hello. Send the message and make it reach them. It's teach them. Right here. Warlord representing.
Peeps, big up on yourself. You know what I mean? Teach just a forward from the barber. No, you know from yesterday, me circly, the barber, brother. You understand? Actually, you never watch his stream last night. You never realize, more like clean up. You know what I think? Peeps, manners and respect. For the people that may watch on Facebook, big up on yourself. You understand? For the people that may watch on Twitter, big up on yourself. YouTube family, big up on yourself. Peeps, quick and fast, up and running. We would have covered a very sad story Friday night in relation to a shooting incident that would have occurred along the Waltham Park Road. My understanding is that it would have occurred at the intersection of Waltham Park Road and Chisholm Avenue, where an 11-year-old child who attends, I think, the Holy Trinity High School was shot. I know that there is a voice note going around that says that a man walk up and shoot her in her face or something. I do not know that that is correct. My understanding is that it was some stray bullet situation and them something there. Initially, the news stated that the young lady would have died. Subsequent updates would have suggested that she's not dead. She's in hospital. Girl shot in Waltham Park, still alive. Zane, according to the police. So an 11-year-old girl who was earlier reported dead after being shot in the head along Walton Park Road in St. Andrew is still alive. Really and truly happy to hear that. The police made a disclosure late on Friday stating that the initial reports they received about the child dying were inaccurate. So head of the St. Andrew South Police, Senior Superintendent Steve McGregor, said the child is now in critical condition at hospital. See? He said the child underwent emergency surgery and is to undergo another would have undergone another one, not sure exactly when. McGregor said in a radio interview that initial reports that the child had died came from credible people, including the child's mom, but said he was happy that the news was wrong. The child who attends Holy Trinity High was reportedly on her way home from school when she was shot during an exchange of gunfire between gangsters in the area. I'm going to see a few little things again. I'm tired for talking to people about them things here. You understand? First and foremost, when incidents occur, them voice note, or we jump on our phone and I send, we need to stop it. First and foremost, we not even understand the possible implications of these voice notes. You understand what I say? Sometimes we say so many things in these voice notes that really and truly implicate ourselves. Sometimes we say so many things in these voice notes that are easily traced back to us. Be careful of these voice notes or we just get up and arbitrarily send. For what reason? You understand? Brandon Lee, big up yourself. Zane, sometimes we talk too much, man. You see me? And when we become doctor, we are pronounce everybody dead. As the breeze blow up on somebody face, them dead. Next thing, the people them who feel like it is cute when they visit these crime scene, to all they want to do is to video and take pictures. We don't need to stop it, brother. The little girl is on the ground, lying down. I mean, it's one of the most gruesome pictures ever. And we find it fit to take that picture to send it round. For what? Likes and views and shares. Why? What happened? The person who take the picture, did that person even try to assist that child to the hospital? Did that person even test the pulse of the child to see that the child may still be alive? But we take picture of the people them pitney and share it here, there and every damn where. What if it was your child? How would you have wanted somebody to take that picture and be circulating of your child, whether the child was dead or alive? You know for go, man. Why camera? You know for go, man. I'm tired of some of you. Then these voice notes. Like, what? We just talk. And nobody is there to render assistance to the child. But we can take picture and circulate and send voice note. Oh, me hear some man walk down and empty gun in a little girl face. Come on, man. The reports are that there was a shootout between gangsters in the area. The child was on her way home from school and she was hit by stray bullets. No, everybody upon the scene pronounce the child dead and nobody not even try to find out whether or not the child is alive or dead. But we can take picture and send round. Some man of a go, man. It's like when I have no love left in our way as a people. The only love we have is the love for social media and the love for likes. Yeah, you know what we have? The only love we have left in our way is the love for likes, family. Can you imagine if that was your child? How would you feel to see those pictures of your child being circulated on social media? And nobody will stop it and say, your family, stop circulating them picture, yeah. Yeah, me I say, man. First and foremost, I am most happy that the young lady is still alive. I sincerely hope that she's responding well to treatment. She would have undergone 2 surgeries at this point. Hopefully there will be no need for any other. And I trust that she will be able to make a full recovery. And she will be, in terms of her faculties, as she was prior to the shooting incident. Yeah? Another update on the situation is that a man has been arrested by the police. Nobody now said that to them, but everybody had talked about the little pit dead. And all sort of crap. Man held following shooting of 11-year-old. And them things that we share, we not share them things. We are share picture of people pitting him pan ground and bleed out. Because that's how we there now as a people. A man is in custody following Friday's incident in which an 11-year-old girl was shot in the head on Walton Park Road in St. Andrew. As I said earlier, she's in critical condition and she's a student, first form student of the Holy Trinity High School. She was shot below the left ear and above the right eye. Whoa. Hopefully she not suffer a disfiguration in her face. So that is the situation. She would have been shot above the right eye and below her left ear. So she would have been shot twice. So now, as I said earlier, also according to Superintendent Steve McGregor, the child was walking home from school when she would have been hit by stray bullets from gangsters who were exchanging gunfire. She was in close proximity to her home when she was unfortunately shot by two men who had an altercation, two big old grey tone eagle man. But they're not going to lock up in one room and shoot them one another. So the man them have an altercation and the only way them say to settle it is for a walk up and down. One tumbly a discharge firearm in a middle day. One tried to shoot the other with a gun that did not explode at the time. The other man ran off, but the gun eventually went off and one of the shots hit the girl. One of the combatants is now in custody and we are searching for the other, said McGregor. So basically, man shoot after man, or aim and shoot after man, gunfire. For the person who just subscribed, thank you so much. Empress, just subscribe, really and truly appreciate the support, my friend. I'm happy that you would have found the channel engaging, informative, edifying enough to become a permanent member of the family. Really and truly appreciate that. Blessings every time. See? So, you see what I go on, peeps? So, one aspect of the society is showing up another aspect of the society that we really and truly need to fix. Yesterday, gun there shouldn't explode pan your brother where you fight and just tear off female alone, yo. Really and truly, again, must commend the police for the speed work that they would have done in apprehending one of the persons involved in the situation. Hopefully the other one is found in very short order. Yo, I'm tired of the foolishness, man. The little girl that go home from school. And these two big old workless man. And I don't want to hear what the problem, I don't want to hear where them have. What kind of reason you couldn't have for you walk up and down and shoot after man in a middle day? And I say to the people them again, where every leave for job on the road and the run go take picture post it on social media. I don't know if it stop, man. What will happen when the day comes when it is your daughter, or your son, or your mother? How happy will you be to see your family member blooded, lying on a sidewalk, presumed dead, being circulated around the whole world? How would you feel about that? I know I keep on a look at myself and I feel looking at the camera. You know? Like, I dark and I believe I see straight. Sure. Sure. Find one next story before I deal with that story. Because it's like I look at things going on with the youths them again all of a sudden. I probably need to do an individual video covering all of them something here. 10-year-old boy shot in Westmoreland. So the little girl is 11-year-old and now a 10-year-old boy. So it's like The younger you are, the more vulnerable you are to being shot in this country these days. The police are probing the shooting of a 10-year-old boy in Westmoreland on Wednesday. It is reported that about 3:25 p.m., the boy was walking again to a shop on Barracks Road in Savannah Lamar when explosions were heard. It was discovered that he was shot several times. He has been hospitalized. Investigators found 4 spent shell casings at the scene. 10-year-old boy shot multiple times. And based on the article and the information therein, it was suggest to me like this was no accident, when me think about it, Listen. It is reported that about, me hope me wrong, 3:25 p.m. the boy was walking to a shop on Barracks Road in Savannah Lamar when explosions were heard. It was discovered that he was shot, not one time or 2 times, several times. So if you say him get shot 1 time or 2 times, you then say possibly a stray bullet. 4 spent casings were found on the scene. 10-year-old. Am I to believe? And you know me not do the speculation thing. But am I to believe that this 10-year-old boy was deliberately set upon, attacked, and shot by presumably big men in this country? What could this 10-year-old boy be involved in for a situation like this to befall him? As me I say, I could be wrong. I'm going to hope me wrong. So 11-year-old schoolgirl, 10-year-old schoolboy, because I'm sure this child is going to school. No, it even get worse than that, peeps. Me know it probably sound like it couldn't get no worse than that. Unfortunately, I have been placed in a position where I will have to prove you wrong so it can get worse than that. As behind me here is a scene that was captured in St. James. Yeah? And listen to this now. 6-month-old girl dead. Boy injured from vicious gun attack. Rhyme Nation, big up yourself, family. 6-month-old girl dead. Boys injured from vicious gun attack. Rude boy Alexi, I'm going to share the info for you now, family. Blessed daughter, big up yourself, Empress. The death of a 6-month-old baby who was shot during an attack by rampaging gunmen in Norwood, St. James on Saturday night, which was last night, has left members of the community reeling from shock and grief. I may have a point to make about this, about, yo, it better when they make me stream early tonight, You see them late night after I go sleep and wake up. Yo. The deceased girl has been identified as Tira Thompson of Hendon, Norwood in the parish. 2 boys, one 14-year-old and the other 16, were also shot and injured during the attack. So reports are that about 9 p.m., heavily armed gunmen exited a motor car and sprayed gunshots on persons gathered in the square of Hollywood, Henson, Norwood, where the 14-year-old and a 16-year-old boy were shot and injured. While the gunmen were leaving the area on foot, they turned their weapons on a house where the baby was hit with bullets through a window. The baby and the 2 boys were taken to hospital where little Tira was pronounced dead on arrival. The police reportedly removed spent shells discharged from rifles and handguns from the crime scene. And St. James, subsequently, ironically, is one of 3 parishes in Western Jamaica that are currently under a state of public emergency. Six-month-old baby. The man them going on. Them open fire on a group of people. The man them a leave the area. Them never satisfied. The man them open fire on a house, hitting fatally a 6-month-old child. Now these men who would have perpetrated this act, I am sure they would have heard the result of their work. How are they feeling now as human beings? I'm assuming they are human beings. Knowing that they who purport to be gangsters and killers, quengers, murderers, hot skulls, are responsible for the death of not men like themselves who would probably be able to challenge them and in some case kill them. A 6-month-old girl lying in her bed, innocent, helpless. What sort of thoughts would be circulating through the brain, or what them have for brain of these fools, really? And watch this now, peeps. You know the most hurtful part about this, aside from the fact that the baby would have been murdered? There was a situation in St. James where the police would have killed, I think, 2 persons. After that incident, residents felt the need to demonstrate and block roads. Mark you, may not have the issue with that, because if the police would have operated extrajudicially and they would have murdered people wrongfully, and I'm not saying the police did that, I'm just saying if persons feel that way, it is within their rights, while grieving, to express themselves vocally. And I'm going to even go further. I don't know that the men involved in that incident with the police were choir boys and altar boys. But residents felt the need to block roads and demonstrate. How come me not hear nobody a demonstrate for the 11-year-old girl that was shot along Walton Park Road, for the 10-year-old boy that was shot up in Savannah Lamar, and the 6-month-old child that was killed in St. James? What happened to the blocking a road now? What happened to the demonstrations now? So we only demonstrate for men in this country who we think the police kill innocently. But we don't demonstrate for defenseless, helpless, innocent children. That is the country that we live in. And the harsh reality, the sad reality, is that 8 out of 10 of these men killed by the police are criminals. I'm going to say it again. 8 out of these men who the police generally kill in shootouts or whatever them say it is are criminals. I am absolutely sure that that 11-year-old girl from Holy Trinity High School is not a criminal. I am almost 100% sure that that 10-year-old boy in Westmoreland is not a criminal. I am 110% sure that that 6-month-old baby girl in Norwood is not a criminal, was not a criminal. But nobody cares about this. We only care about some men who invariably are involved in some crap. We block road, burn tire, demonstrate, fling stone in a police vehicle. But when innocent children and women and the elderly is murdered, nobody gives a damn. That is the country that we live in. Where are the demonstrations for these children? The people of St. James who demonstrate for the 2 men that the police kill. Where is the demonstration for 6-year-old Tira Thompson? Me not even talk about the boys who were killed, who were shot and injured. The 16-year-old and 14-year-old. Me not even touch them. Me a talk about the 6-month-old girl. I'm hope the 2 boys will recover from their injuries. And if them 2 boys are involved in anything, it's not too late to fix on no ways now, you know. Because no found a little boy to, you see, I bring destruction upon a family, you know. What the demonstration there for the 2 little girl and the little boy? Yeah, me I say, man. You see, more time I want to run with some money, you see. I find all the demonstration sitting there and just get everything. It thing just show me all over the place now. So that have to give me a little time and balance some things. Big up to the people that I watch on Facebook. Well, the bad know over there right now, but I know people that do over there. Big up to everybody we watch on YouTube. If you're here for the first time, welcome to the channel. I really and truly appreciate your support. If you show up me out in the comment section down in the chat, I don't really see it right now. I don't even see no chat. You understand me? I say, I don't know nothing personal. We just try, you know, get some thoughts out of our head in a civil way as possible. Because right now, I never use an expletive on that channel. Tonight, I'm very near. Can you imagine, man? Children's lives don't matter to us. As some big old great tone man where walk and kill people matter to it. I mean, I say the 2 youth to the police kill are them type of man. But a lot of the time, I saw it go, man. But we block road and burn tire and cut down tree and mash up police vehicle. And mash up police station in some cases. Then we ball say police station this and that and that. And when them a kill off the pitney them, we silent. There's always a flare up of silence when there's a flare up of violence against our children. Why? Hold on a piece. I'm going to find a local thing here. Residents protest fatal police shooting in St. James. But residents no protest fatal shooting of a 6-year-old by criminals. Sections of the Rosites community in St. James were tense following the shooting of 2 men, 1 fatally by the police, and a subsequent protest by residents in the area from Thursday night into Friday. Over almost 24 hours of demonstration, but none for the little girl. The residents claim that the men were shot in cold blood. The little girl, and never cold blood, she get shot in her. But the police reported that the men were shot when they confronted a team that was conducting operations in the community. The deceased man have been identified as 21-year-old Vic Sterling, alias PP. Or PP. No. I'm telling you already, I'm going to tell you again. Be careful of the damn name them want to answer to. What kind of big 20-year-old man I walk around and answer to name PP? Who can call me PP and me answer to the name? Then what kind of man you expect that I go be? Me always say this, you know. Be careful of the names where you answer to. It influence you whether consciously or subconsciously. Now this big old man from Rosites, Vic Sterling, name PP. Maybe I'll go put in a comments when you can see. Don't go that feel like a lie. See my name there. So resident of Black Road after police kill PP. You see me I talk about? And the 6-month-old child in her bed. And people kill her and nobody in her black no road. You wanna go, man? The other injured man, said to be in his 20s, remains hospitalized. Preliminary reports are that sometime after 8 a.m., a team of officers was conducting a patrol in the area when they saw a group of men who began to act in a suspicious manner. One of the men reportedly pulled a firearm and pointed it in the direction of the police, who then took evasive action and opened fire. When the shooting subsided, 2 of the men were found suffering from gunshot wounds. The other men fled the scene. The injured men were assisted to the hospital by the police, where Sterling OCPP was pronounced dead. Residents, some of whom it is alleged witnessed the incident, used debris including stones to block sections of the roadway into the community. Zane, and there's a local video clip about 17 seconds somewhere along the line. So a video of aspects of the protests is circulating on social media. Where one woman who seemed to be recording the incident claimed that the men were shot in cold blood more than 20 times and a car in the vicinity was also shot up. The Independent Commission of Investigations Indicom is probing the incident. Now, as I said before, if the police had acted extrajudiciously and these men were actually killed in cold blood, I sincerely hope that Indicom will investigate and that will be found and these policemen will be made to face the full force of the law. However, if the policeman's account of the incident is correct, every man where they should have dead. I saw a camera there, yeah. Now, residents claim who would have witnessed the incident that the men were shot in cold blood. When gunmen went to Hendon Norwood, it was a group of people. So residents would have also seen when the 16 and 14-year-old were shot and when man opened fire upon the house, killing the 6-month-old. Nobody now demonstrate. Nobody now block the road. You understand? We're very conditional and selective in our protests. Because injustice only affects some people. The brother they were named PPT, you see? Is our next word of warning. Be careful. I am no expert as it relates to naming, but I have come across a million different stories where people with questionable names have met a certain type of fate. The names that we answer to influence our psyche, whether we want to think so, yes or no. We take on the persona of the names we answer to. It sort of become our alter egos. Eh? I need to have some water, you know, carry us right now. Sure. This young lady on screen, beautiful smile and all, has been reported missing. 14-year-old Kingston 20 girl, Aliyah Jennings, is missing. An Ananda alert has been activated for 14-year-old Aliyah Jennings of Emerson Avenue, Kingston 20, who has been missing since early Saturday morning, September the 7th. So it's over 24 hours now since she has been reported missing. Aliyah is of brown complexion, slim build, and is about 4 feet tall. So reports from the Duhaney Park police are that Aliyah was last seen at home about 6 a.m. Her mode of dress at the time she went missing is unknown. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Alia Jennings is being asked to contact the Doheny Park Police at 876-933-4280, the police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. I sincerely hope that this young lady is still alive. I also hope that she is in good health, and above all, I hope that she will be reunited with her family in the shortest possible time. If anybody know the little girl there, on need for do the right thing and make the police know. Somebody must have seen her. Somebody must have an idea where she is. And may I say this, suggesting that the young lady is still alive. These are the pictures that we need for you to share. Everybody in the country shouldn't get that picture up on them phone say the little girl missing. But no, if she was on a sidewalk with gunshot wounds to the head, bleeding out, battling for life, hanging on to life, would then snap the picture and send it. But the little girl now is missing, and how many persons have actually shared this picture? Yo, me say you see me one time. Because I can't really say things that I want to say one time, you know, because we start the channel on a different level, you know. These are the picture. Every single person in the country should have this picture on them phone. Then it would have been easier to locate this child. But because she's not bleeding, because she's not hanging on to life, because she's not sprawled out on the roadside like an animal, we are not interested. Because there are no likes or views in this for us. Where does our priority as a nation lies? Is our priority for the betterment of this country or for the continued degeneration and degradation of Jamaica? For the continued erosion of the moral fiber and fabric that is still there, whatever is left of it. Yo, I just tired for talk more time. Big man thing. You understand? The simple things that we can do as a nation, as a people, we seek not to do. And the things them what we should not be doing as a people, those are the things where we expend the greatest amount of energy what we can possibly find for do. Then we complain say Jamaica is this and Jamaica is that. What are we doing to try to make this a better place? For not only you and me, but for we picnic them and we picnic them. Some persons are seeing this little girl's picture for the first time when I put it up behind me here, so. But many persons have seen that little girl along Walton Park Road lying almost lifeless, bleeding out on the roadside. But we have a chance now to make a difference, to help a situation, and we choose not to do it. Because there will be no likes and views and shares. Then how will this country improve? How then can we go forward? What kind of future is in store for us? When we all get back some love in our hearts as people for people, and not love for likes. Del C365, you know, I actually reached out to Digicel recently in relation to the situation where they normally broadcast missing people. And I think that I remember I spoke to Mr. Elon Parkinson, who I would have interviewed in relation to another situation in the past. And he said that the system is being overhauled and the agreement that they have with the JCF is being reviewed and such. So I do not know what is the position on that at this point in time. But I agree that both telecommunications giants in operation in the country should, as a part of their civic duty, send these missing people to every phone in the country. You understand? So we hope that the little one is okay. Seeing, we really and truly hope that the little one is okay. Westmoreland police seeking wanted man. So the Westmoreland police have listed a man as wanted. Well, one man as wanted, listed. He is 26-year-old Ainsley Woodburn, otherwise called Shortman. Again, I'm going to tell you a thing about that name here. I have covered so many stories where people with the alias Shortman tend to get themselves in a trouble. Is it a situation where these men who are vertically challenged are trying to make up for their lack of height by doing crap? I'm going to take out a picture here from Empress. Hopefully we have a good ending to that story here. You understand? And them something there. See it? Alright now. So Shortman is of Belfont District in Catadopa, St. James. The police say he is wanted for shooting with intent in relation to an incident on the 2nd of September. Woodburn is being asked by the police to turn himself into the Savannah Lamar police by midday on Monday the 9th of September. I don't have any picture of him. The police never released any picture, so I don't know. Additionally, anyone who may be able to help the police to locate him is being asked to contact investigators at 876-955-2536, Crime Stop at 311, the police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. So the police are also reminding persons that it is an offense to harbor criminals and provide a haven for them, arguing that it also places the lives of family and friends at increased risks of an attack. Yeah? Short boss, the police them want your family. Do the right thing. You understand? Walk around and go on yourself be a problem. Don't run up and down like unsensible. Shall we there, so you know. Case against alleged gang leader in Clarendon to be transferred to the Home Circuit Court. Yeah? The case against the alleged leader of the Clarendon-based criminal gang linked to murders, shootings, and major armed robberies in Clarendon, St. Elizabeth, and Manchester was mentioned Thursday before the Clarendon Parish Court. The case against, hear the age now, 24-year-old Siobhan Hall, otherwise called Munga, is to be transferred to the Clarendon Circuit Court on September 23rd. Mr. Hall, a resident of farm in Effortville, Clarendon, was captured 2 weeks ago after eluding the security forces for several months. He has been charged in connection with a double murder committed on February 3 this year. Two 18-year-old boys, Shavor Henry and Najeri Ferguson, were shot dead by a gunman in farm. Two other men have been charged jointly with Mr. Hall in connection with the killings. Mr. Hall was not taken to court on Thursday because he is being investigated in connection with the robbery of several supermarkets in St. Elizabeth and the Guinea Tree robbery in Clarendon, when armed thugs carrying high-powered rifles robbed millions of dollars from the establishment. So make we see what go on. The man a 24-year-old and the man rap sheet can wrap up about 30 people. Big up to the persons who are watching the stream, the persons who are over on Facebook. Good night, my friends. For the persons who are on Twitter, blessings. Persons who are on Facebook, big up on yourself. You know, and what YouTube, big up on yourself. For the persons who are saying teach, big up yourself. Healings and them things. My apology for not responding. You know, I normally big up the people them when the stream is close to ending. So bear with me now. Please and thanks. St. Elizabeth man charged for fatally stabbing businessman would be one of 4 persons arrested for serious crimes over the weekend. So a St. Elizabeth man accused of stabbing a businessman to death is one of 2 persons who were arrested and charged with murder this week, arising from separate incidents in 3 parishes. 2 other men were also arrested and charged for illegal possession of firearm. The Police Corporate Communications Unit (CCU) revealed. The police lauded members of the public for playing a significant role in the success of their investigations, and urged more persons to come forward when the cases go to court, because that's a problem, you know. You understand? I know some persons have issues testifying on their safety afterwards and them something, the safety of them family and thing. Witnesses strengthen cases by telling the judge and or jury everything they know about an event, the police said in a statement. We soon talk about one witness, well, type of an informant type of situation related to Dudus. I think that video is actually doing very well on the channel right now too. The police say Shane Walker was formally charged on Thursday for the August 26th stabbing death of 26-year-old businessman Deshaun Trenchfield, who is from Newell, also in St. Elizabeth. According to the CCU, the other man facing a charge of murder is Romario Green, also called Boo, B-O-O. Boo, man, more from yesterday, man. A pest controller who resides in Falmouth, Trelawney. Green is also facing a charge of wounding with intent. The police alleged that he and an accomplice went to the Trelawney home of Cordell Clark and shot him to death. Another man was reportedly injured in the incident. Now, Cordell Clark is a 53-year-old bail bondsman over there at Tabo Friday night, who was in front of the courts for calling different courthouses across the country. Kingston, Falmouth, I think even Montego Bay, saying that there were bombs in the buildings because he had a case in front of the court and he wanted to delay it. Zine, so he now apparently would have been asked by somebody who was in police custody to post bail for him. He was given the money to post bail. Him not post no bail. So the man in a prison if he post bail for apparently conspired with 2 other inmates at the time who were subsequently released to kill Clark. Them kill Clark. Clark dead like. You understand? But Clark was, him life was a scratching from a long time. See? And thing. So, Abu kill Clark. What's up with there now? Yeah. So the 2 men charged with illegal possession of firearm are Sean Allen, 27-year-old of Darling Street in Westmoreland, and Rowan Smiley, also called Boomed. Boomed and PP, 35-year-old of 3 Chains district in Manchester. It is alleged that a gun was found inside Allen's home during a police operation, while Smiley is accused of pulling an illegal firearm and threatening a man with whom he had a dispute. Man have a look of feud, man pull gun. Not a license firearm, you know, peeps. Illegal gun, yo. Yo, I don't know. And Naya, manners are respecting her. Eyes 4 Inky TV, blessings. All of the people that in the building, manners are respecting her. Miss Millicent, oh, go on, mommy. I have spoken about this so many times recently, you see. Road deaths close in on 300 with over 3 months still to go in 2019. Yeah? 26 persons died in motor vehicle crashes in August, almost one per day, marking the first time this year that Jamaica recorded less than 30 road deaths in a single month. The 26 enough, but at the first month in the year since we don't have at least 30 fatalities on the road. So we have to give thanks to small mercies, isn't it? At the same time, with well over 3 months remaining this year, Jamaica is close to recording 300 road fatalities in a single year for the 7th straight year. According to the latest figures published by the Road Safety Unit in the Ministry of Transport, 295 persons have died on the nation's roadways since the 1st of January. This is a 19% jump when compared to the 247 road deaths recorded over the corresponding period for 2018. The last time road deaths dipped below the 300 mark was in 2012, when a total of 260 persons died in motor vehicle crashes. The 26 deaths recorded last month is a stark contrast to the 50 recorded in April. 50 persons died on our roads in April, the highest for a single month this year. There were 39 road fatalities in February, 37 in March, 36 for January, and June recorded 35. In July, there was 32, and there was 35 in July and 32 in May, according to the figures from the Road Safety Unit. So the figures reveal too increases across several categories of road users, including children, the elderly, pedestrians, and motorcyclists. So according to the RSU, 21 children and 90 motorcyclists have died in crashes this year. Increases of 50% respectively when compared with the similar period last year. So more children are dying on the road, more motorcyclists are dying on the road. Wow. Not so long ago, we spoke about the debate, the discussion, the discourse that is currently happening around a possible review of the Bail Act, where they're saying that in order to combat the level of crime currently sweeping across the country, you see, that the Bail Act needs to be revised in order for the security forces to be able to hold on to detainees for a longer period without charging them officially. The police commissioner says changes to the Bail Act are necessary to tackle crime. So despite objections from some members of the legal fraternity to proposed amendments to the Bail Act, Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson believes the changes are necessary to help tackle crime. The amendments, which are expected to be brought before Cabinet this legislative year, will provide guidance on the grounds for keeping persons in custody without charge for major criminal offenses. Some attorneys are concerned the proposed changes could breach the Constitution. In an interview recently, General Anderson said the amendments to the Bail Act would be a major crime fighting tool. The complexity of cases, especially since we are going after a number of gangs, and sometimes we are arresting 20 members of the gangs. Just the sheer time to process that many people and pull things together exceeds 24 hours. So there are many good reasons why we need some extended bail time under certain circumstances, he asserted. I can tell you from where I sit, not the most comfortable chair, but it's alright, support my back, that members of the legal fraternity will not be in support of this. Most members, yeah? Because they will claim constitutional breach of the rights and liberty of Jamaicans and such. So we'll see how it goes. The Prime Minister would have spoken. Well, there was a release from the office of the Prime Minister. So the Prime Minister speak. He said there will be a motion in the House to have the Bail Act amended. The commissioner is also adding his voice to the discussion. So, make we see. I will speak about this in the future. The reality that we face is that we need some stuff to be changed, to be modified, to help to combat crime. Is this one of them? I am not necessarily entirely certain about it. In the context of arresting 20-30 members of a gang and being able to process them in 24 hours, you can expect that would pose challenges. But what kind of guidelines and stipulations will the new amended act have? How clear will these parameters and criteria for certain situations be is left to be seen. I can understand the thought process in wanting that, but I can also understand the objection to having that the act amended to facilitate that. So I suppose interesting days are ahead. The reality though is that as things are in the country, we cannot continue to operate as we have been operating and expect to have changes. I have always said that in order to get things, we have to give up something. You know, some people disagree with that. My concerns would be under what circumstances and what category of people would this amended act cover, because it can't be every citizen where you arrest, you want to keep them for 5 days before you charge them, and if you not charge them in 24 hours, you have to release them as the thing said. So it is not as cut and dry as it would seem. I suppose it's something that needs to be spoken about. If it is only geared toward the dismantling of gangs, and when you detain persons under suspicion of being involved in gangs, if the Bail Act could be amended to encapsulate that demographic, then perhaps. But if it is to willy-nilly detain every person arrested by the police for an extended period of time without laying charges against them, I am not certain that is something I am willing to support. There are circumstances which I am willing to say, yes, it makes sense. But then, I don't know, it is a delicate little thing. You understand? Yeah. Vada TV Viva, blessings. So I could see it go. No peeps, I would have done this video, and for some strange reason, this video kind of tanked. Like, you probably get caught up in the algorithm, and it just, I don't know. No notifications were sent out, and you know, go check the channel and check the video them and watch them. Like, sometime you say, I don't know, you understand? But Prime Minister Andrew Holness has declared more states of emergencies than every single other prime minister in the country's history combined. Yeah? And this video was not to berate the prime minister. This video was simply providing facts as it relates to the prime minister declaring SOE. But I know some people caught up in them political feelings. Some people caught up in a darkness and not really see no light. So them everything people say, them take it political. You understand? We just stating the facts. I never state no opinion in the video. Everything in the video was facts. So with the declaration of states of public emergency in Clarendon and St. Catherine last week, Prime Minister Andrew Holness has earned the record. I'm not sure if the record when they love, of declaring as many states of emergencies as all of his predecessors combined. As the administration struggles to grapple with Jamaica's crime problem, Prime Minister Andrew Holness has used the measures many times in his tenure, as it was used previously throughout Jamaica's post-independence. Before January 18, 2018, when Prime Minister Andrew Holness implemented or declared a state of emergency in St. James, Jamaica had experienced the enhanced security measure 5 times in its post-independence history, so that's since 1962. The first was declared by Prime Minister Alexander Bustamante in 1966 as a response to increasing political violence in Wang Su, big up yourself in a little brother. You understand? Make sure you're there at school tomorrow because I have class Friday and I don't see you, no, sir. So make sure you're there at school tomorrow. Is that me I tell you? Big up yourself. You understand? Only thing I play a thing this year. Which know. So the first was declared by Prime Minister Alexander Bustamante in 1966 as a response to increasing political violence in West Kingston. So the measure was next controversially used by Prime Minister Michael Manley in June 1976, lasting to June the next year. So that is the longest state of emergency in Jamaica's history so far. So that was the one declared by Manley in 1976. That lasts a year and a half. Yeah? States of emergencies were then declared briefly in 2004 and 2007 in response to hurricanes Ivan and Hurricane Dean. Ivan was 2004, Dean was 2007. Karl Marx, Bustamante introduced crime in Jamaica. Okay, sir. Another infamous state of emergency was declared in the run-up to the 2010 extradition of Tivoli Gardens strongman Christopher Dudus, which led to the Tivoli incursion. So that is 5 states of emergencies in 56 years of Jamaica's history. One each for 5 different prime ministers. Prime Minister Holness himself has declared 5 in just 2 years. The first and longest of his tenure to date was declared in St. James on the 18th of January 2018. It ended, some believe, prematurely. I am one of those persons who believe it was pulled at the wrong time. And the effects are there to be seen. Then, in January of this year, another was declared for the St. Catherine North Police Division last year as well. He then implemented another SOE in September of 2018 to cover 3 police divisions in the corporate area. Teach, can we discuss Buster? We can discuss Buster, yes, but I am not no expert on Sir Alexander Bustamante. We can discuss Buster next time. Probably Wednesday night I can call in the call-in stream, roll call, Wednesday about 7:30, and we will a reason. But we're not going to really discuss Sir Buster tonight. Naya, you understand? Enia. See, the name bad when I think about it, you know. You understand? So, but we can discuss anybody you want to discuss, my friend. But not tonight. May I give you the chance to call in and tell me what you want to tell me about Sir Buster. So, Buster on Wednesday, as they say. So, watch me and know, peeps. Prime Minister Holness again reimposed the enhanced security measure in St. James and extended the boundaries to include Hanover and Westmoreland in April of this year. His 4th was declared on July 7th in the St. Andrew South Police Division. Yeah, and he again announced on Thursday his 5th SOE to cover the parishes of St. Catherine and Clarendon. Yeah, Miss Ruth Daly, you understand? Wang Su. Yes, man, sir. Yeah, see me in the morrows. Make sure, cause you know what thing go. Business. You understand? Big up yourself, Alandre, Wang Su. Blessings, bro. So ready or now, peeps? We spoke yesterday at length about the the internal presidential runoff in the People's National Party, where one Peter Phillips, the elder statesman, went up against the younger Rise United team leader, Peter Bunting. Many things would have been said, many things would have been done, many persons would have been left feeling disrespected and betrayed, from husband and wife to, you understand what I say, and them something there. Many bridges would have been burnt, many persons would have received bruised knees and bruised ankles, bruised elbows and bruised egos. When it came down to the election yesterday, which was Peter Bunting's birthday, so I suppose in a sense it was a birthday beating type of situation, he would have come up short, losing by some 76 votes to the incumbent Peter Phillips. The fallouts have started and I suppose they will continue. And something. You understand what I say? saying, you know, Phillips Bunting look big and strong and Phillips look weak and feeble, but it's like him find a way for, you understand me? I say, bring out the martial arts. You understand? Young Peter, real Charlene Monk. You see me? So, that really go on. Peter Phillips won PNP celebrates win. So the incumbent, Dr. Peter Phillips, and we had a call-in stream for the results yesterday, which was very interesting. You understand? We had call-in, we had concert, we had all sorts of things. We had some people being very angry with the Jamaican system and politicians, some persons dark yesterday. You understand what I mean? So it was an interesting stream. So, you know, he retained the presidency of the People's National Party on Saturday at the Special Delegates Conference at the National Arena in St. Andrew. Phillips tallied 1,427 votes, with challenger Peter Bunting amassing 1,351, thus a margin of victory of 76. That is not really a lot of vote in the context of the thing, you know. But then you only need one vote. You understand what I say? And thing. And Finnar say people who called twice. But victory nonetheless for Phillips, who took over as leader of the party 2 years ago when former Prime Minister Portia Simpson-Miller stepped down as opposition leader. A loss for Phillips would have been the first time that an incumbent leader of the PNP would have been unseated by the delegates collectively. But the delegates collectively maintained the tradition and kept Phillips as the president, albeit by the narrow margin. Yeah, I would have said before that I felt that Peter Phillips would have managed to stave off the challenge because the PNP is steeped in tradition. They are very traditional in how they go about doing things, and no time in their history has the sitting president been dethroned by a challenger, and I felt that they would have continued on that path, despite the fact that many persons are hollering out, bawling, crying for renewal in the party. Many persons feel like the party is continuing to lose ground against the ruling Jamaica Labour Party government. Many persons feels like the party is out of touch with vast sections of the electorate. Many persons feel like the PNP continue to do things in an antiquated, archaic type of way. And many persons feels like the Jamaica Labour Party communications machinery is crushing the People's National Party. They felt that the man who would have probably been able to make up the ground, you understand, to bridge the gap, was the younger, probably more charismatic, probably more affable Peter Bunting. The delegates would have decided that they are not ready for that, and as such, Peter Phillips would have been given a clear mandate, I suppose, to deliver the next general election. I dare say a lot of things about that. I will also add something that I did not add before. I think that many persons are saying that the challenge for Peter Bunting was not the right time. I don't know if there's ever a right time or a wrong time to be ambitious, but in hindsight, I suppose Peter Bunting might sit down and reflect and come to the conclusion that he might have waited until the next general election was called, and the end result, if the PNP lost, then Peter Phillips would be easy pickings that time, because the delegates would have said, okay, he would have been given an opportunity to face the electorate. He would have failed, and as such, we are now in a position where we can say we need another leader. So Peter Bunting might have gone a bit too early. In retrospect, that is just my opinion. Then he might have waited and bided his time and wait for the general election. A general election that, in my opinion, will again be won by the Jamaica Labour Party. So Peter Bunting would have been in the driver's seat in an attempt to unseat Peter Phillips, but he decided that now was the time, and there's no time that is better than now. He would have lost. See? Anti. You understand? We say Peter lose and Peter win. But the PNP has been divided for months, and the division continues to rear its ugly head, as it is now playing out on social media, where we see one PNP activist, possibly a delegate, who was in support of Peter Bunting, tell Damian Crawford for F off. So she must post something and Damian must post, say, well fought, Peter Bunting. And the girl tell Damian Crawford, the vice president of the party, for F off on big old Twitter. You understand? It continues, Zin. It continues now. Hold on, so I'll go on so. DeAndre Williams said it sound like a JLP. DeAndre Williams, and you sound like a dunce. Normally, I don't talk to people like that, but I don't know for go. You understand what I say? So people can voice them opinion on a situation and they are not branded politically. So me sound like JLP and you sound like a dunce. So here we are. You are something and me are something. So the two of we are something. I own a man. That's a part of the problem we have faced with politics in the country. We don't have no political maturity. The moment they say one thing, you are that. The moment they say another thing, you are that. Eh? Go ahead, man. You know mean nothing. What joke to you are dead to me. Don't come brand me with no politics. I mean not brand nobody. Me I talk, Now come tell me what me sound like. If you don't appreciate what me I say, come out of the street. Tired of someone. Because more time, man, sit down and be peaceful and polite, you know, and feel like, no one other, man. I'm tired of someone. So you will get it. Now, as I said, the fallout continues as one of the most vocal person in the Rise United team, Dayton Campbell, Zane, would have said before now that if Peter Phillips regained presidency of the party, he would have resigned. And true to his word, he has resigned. Yeah? Him saying resign for a particular reason where I don't think he's been genuine about. Dayton Campbell walks. MP quit shadow cabinet after Bunting loss. The St. Ann Northwest Member of Parliament reportedly stepped down as opposition spokesman on health. Hours after Dr. Peter Phillips defeated Central Manchester Member of Parliament Peter Bunting by 76 votes to retain the presidency of the People's National Party. Campbell confirmed his resignation when contacted by this newspaper, which would have been the Gleaner, but gave no reason. So the firebrand MP was the face of Bunting's Rise United team during the bruising 3-month campaign for the internal election. Campbell was appointed to the shadow cabinet in 2016 by then opposition leader Portia Simpson Miller as spokesman on agriculture. No, you know Miss Evelyn Brown, but I'm tired of the crap. You understand? And you know, funny enough, like, I don't know if there's another YouTuber in the country who beat the Jamaica Labour Party more than me. But the moment you say one thing, people are brand new. Like, we can't be intelligent enough to sit down and say, yo, the man just attack the situation as it is. The moment you say something and this and that. Me not affiliated to no political party family. Nobody not come brand me. I'm tired of you. You understand? Sometimes you will just have enough. Sure. Backside, man. So you know, so in September 2016, after Phillips took over from Simpson Miller, the St. Ann Northwest MP was named opposition spokesman on health. Yeah? Dayton Campbell, I have had issue with a lot of things that Campbell would have said before, but the reality is that him is a man will talk how him feel. And he not really business with people. You have to give him credit for that. Because I suppose I am like that as well. You understand what I say? So, but he must say, you know, in a subsequent release, he has said that the reason for his resignation is to give the leader latitude. Me not think so. Member of Parliament for St. Ann Northwest, Dayton Campbell, has indicated that he resigned from the shadow cabinet to give People's National Party President Peter Phillips a free hand. To give the leader the latitude to choose his team, Campbell said, explaining his decision to resign as opposition spokesman on health. According to party insiders, the MP stepped down hours after Phillips defeated Central Manchester Member of Parliament Peter Bunting. Campbell, as I said, was the face of the thing, you understand? And something. Me think Campbell just, in a film opinion, say Peter Phillips cannot lead the People's National Party, in a film opinion, and a bunting he want. And if I'm a bunting, him no want work actively, and Phillips just want to try deliver the constituency again. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. See? And as me say, when you come on to politics, I understand say people caught up in them, whatever them caught up in. You understand what I say? And thing. But be careful. Sometimes we just have enough. You understand what I say? Be careful. You see me? Me no brand people. Me no want nobody to brand me. Me no hug. Me no animal. You understand? Me no in a no party. Me no political affiliation. No politician in a Jamaica can come tell nobody say me and them are friend. You understand what I say? Me call the thing like how me see it. That make me PNP or JLP, me no understand. Me no get it. I'm tired of someone sometimes. Honestly. Sometimes somebody will get it from time to time. I just saw it go. You see it? Yeah, peeps. Night a come. So we are going to try wrap up a little thing. So one of the biggest stories out of the media since the... I mean, after I did this video this morning, and after that, I say some of the biggest media houses I posted. Like, them might take long. You understand? This was posted in the New York Daily. And think some people just sketch on tweet and big up on yourself. You understand? So you know, informant in Dudus case fighting deportation to Jamaica. Can you believe it? Yes, I. An undocumented man who helped the United States to bring down Christopher Dudus Cook is fighting deportation, which he says is tantamount to a death sentence. So basically what the man say, if him come a yard, he done. You understand? The man identified in court documents only as Sean B. was a cooperating witness in the case against Cook beginning in 2009. Which made him a marked man. Mark for that. You know that show there? He was also known as Cowboy, so that was his nickname, in the Shower Posse gang, where he once served as a general allegedly to Cook. So this is him attack, you know. If I return to Jamaica, I am dead as soon as I get off the plane. I testified against one of the most powerful men in Jamaica, Sean B. said in a sworn statement. Being a snitch in Jamaica is one of the worst things you can do, and I am branded as one for the rest of my life. I will be killed in Jamaica if I return. The reality is that Mr. Sean B. not really safe for America neither, but never mind. Since Sean's testimony, his sister's house was burned down. The house of his children's mother was firebombed. 6 of his cousins have been murdered. And his father was forced to flee the country. New Jersey District Judge Kevin McNulty wrote in a ruling on Monday. The life or death stakes were made clear during Sean's recent unwanted 3-day return to Jamaica, courtesy of ICE. On May 30, immigration agents put him on a private plane bound for Kingston before the government received a restraining order signed by McNulty blocking the deportation. What happened when he got removed from the United States was cinematic in terms of how insane it was, Sean's attorney, Gregory Copeland, said. He said his client tried to lay low with a family friend, a sister and others, but during a walk outside, people were waiting for him with a machete and sawed-off shotgun, Copeland said. Sean allegedly jumped over fences, hopped in a cab, and frantically called his legal team back in the United States. 3 days later, Sean was back in ICE custody thanks to Judge McNulty, who ordered he be returned to America in Lucky. Federal agents hid him in a hotel in Jamaica until he could be put on a plane, his other attorney, Craig Rellis, said. Sean has been held in ICE custody ever since. I find it quite likely that a person in that position in Jamaica in hiding and under death threat could not effectively litigate an immigration appeal, McNulty wrote. Not to put too fine a point on it, the death threats, if carried out, would moot and defeat the review process. So Sean now has had numerous run-ins with US authorities before becoming a prosecution witness, including 2 deportations for illegal entry. After trying a third time to re-enter the United States in 2009, he pleaded guilty to drug trafficking charges and began working with the government, so apparently impossible to cut a deal. Sean was a critical witness in the coke investigation. He testified at great personal risk to himself and offered first-hand insight into coke's organization and how it operated in Jamaica and the United States, said John Zack, a lawyer who was one of the federal prosecutors in the case. So we know the situation now. So a manhunt for coke in 2010 resulted in an armed insurgency in Jamaica that left 70 people dead, or alleged. Then, the coke was sentenced to 23 years in prison in 2012. Meanwhile, Sean was allowed to work in the US, so him undocumented, but him. So you know, why Sean ended up on ICE's radar in January of this year is unclear. An agency spokeswoman declined to comment on the case, but noted Sean's numerous criminal convictions. Sean has bail hearing in immigration court this week. The lawyer says he cannot go back to Kingston or else he is a dead man. A few questions still. Sean must have known that testifying against coke would have led to possible repercussions. Sad as it is. Sean also says that he had to jump over a fence and them something. How many persons might this Sean be have caused to jump over a fence in the past? He is fearful for his life. How many persons might Sean B have made fearful for their lives in the past? I suppose you see there's a thing called karma still. So apparently he was allowed if him cut a deal. He says stream quality has been reduced, so something wrong with the internet. Hopefully it don't crash. You understand? Hopefully it don't crash. Seeing connection not fast enough. I don't know how to go on. You understand? It come like true. Them must know something I talk about the cockpit country next. Them